percussion on a whole nother level, coming from my mind. Vocal percussion on a whole nother level, coming from my mind.
Hello everybody, welcome to Comic Skate Art Stream. How you guys doing? My name is Brian, and let me lower this a little bit, just a tad. Bring it down just a teeny bit. There we go. I hope you guys are doing all right. It's Monday. Monday is torture. What you guys just heard before the stream started was a song called Canzoni Preferite, or you can just look up the Torture Dance song full. The Torture Dance is a JoJo reference, so if you're not watching JoJo, then you're not going to get it. But that's the song I chose because I was kind of like under the gun to pick something. So today I'm going to try to finish this Raven for Mr. 0303, and I'll give him the other one too, just because I'm not going to do anything with it anyway. And then I'll start on the busty, sturdy looking dog girl for Luga. So I hope you guys are doing all right, and welcome to the stream, basically. Gamtaru says I can actually watch since I'm off work today. Well, welcome. It's good to have a day off, I'll tell you what. So how are you guys doing? What is going on, my nibbas? What is up? Just doing a little bit of cleaning up here. I'm using the watercolors tool. And I like it, but I don't like it, you know? So, I don't know. I have a conflict. I have a conflict when it comes to that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put a layer on top, and we're gonna call this the details. And let's see, that's the skin. It's right here. We're gonna go ahead and color in these things. So What is new? How was your weekend? Who saw Captain Marvel? Anybody? Apparently it made money. I knew it would, though. It made 280 million or something, maybe 300 million globally. I'm not sure. Hi, Rambam. Also, did you guys see I was on Prince of Queens stream yesterday? The gay triarchy. I guess it's normally pretty gay, but I felt safe. Captain Whammon, I'm gonna keep saying it. It did make money, but wait for that second weekend to drop off. I would like to say that. I don't know, though, because, like, if there's nothing else playing... That's the thing about Captain Marvel. It picked a good weekend because there was nothing else really in theaters that was new that would compete with it. So, like, you know, Alita Battle Angel came out a couple weeks back. So it wasn't really competition anymore, because, like, unless it was, like, amazingly good, which I don't think Alita Battle Angel was, even though I haven't seen it. I heard it's good, but I haven't heard it was, like, oh my OMG good, you're right. Despite that, though, but Alita Battle Angel had a bigger budget, too, and it didn't make as much money as Captain Marvel. So they're gonna see that as a victory, which is really weird. I mean, like, it's weird in that because Alita Battle Angel also has a female protagonist, and in terms of reviews, like, the fan reviews for Alita Battle Angel are better. But for some reason, the NPCs over at Rotten Tomatoes and the blue check marks on Twitter and all that, they think that Captain Marvel making more money than Alita Battle Angel is a victory for feminism, even though they're both female-led movies. But the critics didn't like Alita Battle Angel because Alita was too sexy, and I guess I heard other things. I don't really know what the truth is, though, when it comes to that. You know? They brought Alita back for this weekend. Well, Alita Battle Angel had never left, right? I guess what I mean is, Alita will be in theaters for about usually these things are in theaters for what, like a month? Maybe 2 months? And Alita has been in theaters for a while. And the way that audience attention spans are, if a movie comes out and it's got hype, people go see it the first weekend. Opening weekend is the most interest there's going to be. Sometimes the second weekend is. Because if it's a movie that people didn't think was going to be good, but it turns out to be really good, then you get, like, people who want to go see it again, and you get the people who were on the fence about going that decide they want to go. But mostly, the first weekend is the best weekend, money-wise. So, get rid of the DST or synchronize it. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, shit. You know what? I didn't do that thing with the USB ports. I've been so busy this weekend. Some theaters took it out. Well, I think some theaters probably did, because, again, it's been, 3 weeks. Alita's 3 weeks old, and some theaters, like the really big ones or the ones that only have a limited number of theater space, will want to give up more space for Captain Marvel. I already know that. And I'm sure that people who work in the theater business are also, pretty, like, ideologically biased to give the Whammons Captain Marvel more, I guess, priority. Which is interesting because the main character in Alita is played by a Latina woman, but whatever. Because Robert Rodriguez, he basically just hires Latina women. I just gotta look up Raven real quick because I don't know what her eye color is. Raven from Gravity Rush. I keep forgetting to do this. Her eyes are blue. Okay. For some reason, I thought they were like some weird color.
They're gold. Gold eyes.
But yeah, blue. Blue eyes. Blue eyes. All right. What are you guys talking about? Then the feminists think the next female-led movie should be Dirigible Girl? Dirigible Girl? Like Blimp Girl? I don't know if they're going to make a movie for Faith yet. Or if they do, when it's going to come out. Hey-yo. Hey-yo. All right, let's zoom out here. Okay. So I guess the next order of business is to add some red to the hair. So we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna go find me a bright red. Well, yeah. So also, I heard that Captain Marvel wasn't like it wasn't a bad movie. It was just a okay movie. Which is kind of like how I didn't expect it to be bad, because Marvel Studios doesn't. They're usually good about, you know, their movies being at least decent. Like, I don't know. I know there are people who say that Thor: The Dark World is the worst. I don't think it is. Personally, I like Thor: The Dark World. It felt comic booky to me, and I think that might be what turned people off. But personally, I enjoyed Thor: The Dark World. I also enjoyed... I can't believe there are people who didn't like the first Captain America. I thought the first Captain America was awesome. I thought it was awesome. It had this, you know, almost, it had like Rocketeer, Indiana Jones feel to it. I dug that a lot. Oops, wrong layer. I wanted to get funky with Persona 5. Kiss that like button, please. French kiss that like button. Yeah, I mean, okay. Okay, let's clean up these edges. So I am going to be doing another request stream this week. Waiting for this to... Okay. On Thursday. So if you guys want any artworks, this Thursday is the day to get them. And yeah, let's do that. Let's have us another request stream. I'll be going for, well, I might not actually, because I might be meeting with oops. I might be meeting with people on Thursday. I'm waiting to hear back from someone. But I'm gonna I hope to. Let's put it that way. It all kind of depends on certain factors, but I'm hoping to, because we're planning the ICMI, and I have to meet with some folks that are some of the local like Chicago men's groups to see if any of them could like help us out with security, and we're gonna need it, shit like that. So. Whoa, what? Oh shit, I'm in the wrong layer. Fuck. Alright, well, whatever. I'm gonna merge them down anyways, so. Captain America, what? First Captain America was a spiritual successor of the 1980s Captain America movie. I think it was 1980s. Are you talking about the Roger Corman one? Was it? I never saw that one, but I heard it was god-awful. I heard it was really bad. Okay. Ask Terrence Pop if he knows some people in Chicago. Sure, some vets went into security. Pop to be the one to ask. I have a guy who's actually I have somebody who's been in a lot of communication with lots of men's groups in the city, so we should be good. But I will reach out to him if I have to. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have to though. I think it's gonna be okay. Okay. Let me just adjust some things. Anyone else been watching? I'm actually impressed with Rising of the Shield Hero so far. After 9 episodes, it's really great. No, I haven't been watching, unfortunately. Alright, so now I got all the hair on one layer. And this is the details. Let me clean this up. Yeah, a friend of mine was watching Goblin Slayer for a while, and he stopped because he said it got kind of tropey, you know. I don't know. I haven't really been able to make time for anything except for JoJo. I make time for JoJo, but usually it's like literally 20 minutes a day, you know, 20 minutes a week. Sorry, to give to that, and that's all I can do. It's kind of sad. I feel like there was something. Oh yeah. Oh, wrong layer. Okay. Goblin Slayer is imitating D&D campaign too hard. Yeah. I know I noticed that the stuff is a little bit too on the nose. Like, I mentioned in a previous stream, I talked about a bit about an anime called Record of Lodoss War. And Record of Lodoss War is from the 80s. And that one was a D&D campaign that someone made into an anime. But it was so... It never got meta. They never, like, broke the fourth wall and said, oh, Pan, you leveled up. Like, they didn't do any of that. They told the story, and the D&D campaign was the inspiration for the story. And I think that's why I loved Lodoss War. That and the I wouldn't say the animation per se, because there wasn't a ton. Like, there's a lot of stuff where they reuse assets in Lodoss War, but there was definitely, like, I don't know, there was definitely a love for D&D that came out. And the way they handled it was, you know, really good. And I think nowadays, I just see so many... I don't know if it's like a genre now or what, but I see so many animes that basically start off with, you know, there's a guy and he gets sucked into an MMORPG. Like Dot Hack, you know? But when Dot Hack, as far as I know, when Dot Hack did it, it was the first one to do it. But then it's like this new thing now. This is what everyone does. You know, there's like, it's just become a thing. It's just too common and it's a bit predictable, you know, and kind of dull. And I'm not really a big fan. It's hard to get me sucked in when, you know, you keep doing the same stuff. Oh shit. Wait. Yeah, it's okay. Seeing Ghost in the Shell yesterday in TV was god awful. Like you're talking about the live action one with Scarlett Johansson? Welcome to Isekai Anime. Is that... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why is that a genre? It's like, really? An anime genre about people like in MMOs. That is dumb. Do you guys remember that really offensive one? Offensive anime about like living in this post-apocalyptic future where sex is... What was the name of that one? It was like sex is like illegal, or, you know, porn was illegal or something, and there was like this girl who dressed up as a superhero with panties on her head, and I can't remember the name of it though. Not only MMOs. Yeah, right. Like video games in general, or like role-playing games in general? Like, what do you mean? This is all sounding really self-referential. It's on the tip of my tongue. I never saw it. I saw like one episode. Shimonetta? Shimonetta, that's what it's called. Shimonetta. Rachel, back when Rachel used to do the show with us, she was always talking about that show. She really wanted me to watch it. So I watched like an episode and I was like, okay. Isekai is basically an all-encompassing genre for all anime/manga that involves a character getting sucked into another world of some sort. Oh. Well, that's actually kind of goes all the way back, though. Or getting reincarnated into another world. So, like, Escaflowne. You guys ever see Escaflowne? That's an isekai basically, because it's like a girl and she goes to another world. I think it's on the moon or something. I don't know. And it's basically like this fantasy science fiction setting with like mecha that fight with swords. Escaflowne was the shit. It often got like compared to Evangelion, but only because it came out around the same time and it involved mecha and young people. But that's really a stupid comparison. So, as most mecha shows involve young people, it's just dumb. But do you guys remember? Anybody here old enough to remember Escaflowne? Vision of Escaflowne. Yes, that's right. Yeah, Escaflowne is one of my favorites from back in the day. I grew up on Mazinger Z, so I was a big fan of that. I like Go Nagai in general. I was also big into... I mean, I grew up on Robotech. That was like my first anime, really. Like, for real. For real. Don't worry, I'm gonna erase that shit. You know? Okay. So, just a couple little things left to do here. Guess you missed that. Okay. So I'm going to, let's zoom out here. I'm going to add some simple shadows to this, and then I'm going to move. Well, you know what? No, I'm going to do this. I'm going to save here. I can always do the shadows on this one later. I'm going to save here, and then I'm going to move on and do the Sturdy Dog Girl. So let me see if I can find where that is. I think it's on this one somewhere. I just got to find it. No. There she is. All right. So I got to do a side view and a back view. So I'm going to start by doing, I made a copy of that. Or did I? It's a little bit different. I'm going to start by doing a back view. And to do that, I'm going to make a copy of this layer. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to move it over there. And then I'm going to take this one. Yes, apply. And I'm going to take this one. And I'm going to move it over here. And I'm going to grab this. So control click. Edit, transform, flip horizontal. Boop. And that's good. Deselect. Wait, why did that happen? Wait. D, Z. Sorry for the control Z's. Deselect. Let's just... Maybe I can just do it. Yeah, there we go. Without selecting it. Some things are different, a little bit different than others. Alright, and then let's take this layer. Yes, apply. We'll make it really low opacity. So basically I'm taking the same pose and I'm just flipping it. So. Alright, switch to a pencil. Pencil. The pencil. And make a layer on top. So I was a very productive guy this weekend. And I got a couple pages of Bombshell done. I have one more page to go, and then I'm ready to scan them and set up the Indiegogo for it. And I'll like maybe I'll make some more artwork of her or something. I'll probably do it on stream once I'm done with all of my commissions. And then I'm also on the second page of Englewood, and I'm gonna do about 5 pages of that as well, so that Micah Curtis can start his Indiegogo. And I'm like trucking through these. The Englewood pages took longer because I have to draw more city scenes, and I'm not really an architect, so you know it takes more work. The Bombshell stuff, the first 5 pages are mostly interior, and so like it doesn't involve as much. But the Englewood stuff is more like city shots in the beginning, so it's kind of it's a lot of work. But I'm once I'm done with this, so I'm working on that, and then on top of that, I was on a stream with Prince of Queens, and I've been like in contact with people for ICMI stuff. But like doing this work, especially, it was surprising that I was able to get through a page of Bombshell so fast over the weekend, and I know that it has a lot to do, if not everything to do, with me doing these art streams, because the more of this you do, the faster you get, right? Sorry for the Control Z. The more of this stuff you do, the faster you get. So, sorry, I'm just drawing the hair. So, and the faster you get, and there's other factors too. Like I think I've said this before. Developing your eye as an artist is not something that you can just train. You have to just keep working, and then what happens is you just kind of like get this this ability to see what you're doing, and you have like a stronger connection between your hand and your eye, and so. And that's a constantly evolving thing that only changes or improves as you make more art. Damn, her hair is long. So it's down to here. So, from doing this work for you guys, and just like making it a point to stick with it, I feel like I've improved. And that's a great thing. That's a great feeling. And what it does is you actually end up, just gonna draw that here, there.
Waifu fueled progress is best progress.
Waifu progress is best progress. Yeah, so just saying that this is how it works. So like if there are any of you guys that are artists and you're like, you know, it can be really how do I put this? Disheartening to feel like you're not improving. Okay, so this arm goes like this and like that. And then over here it's the same. So you're just changing the direction on everything. So here's, you know, like a hand or part of a hand, and then the hip. Of course, there would be an ass here. So we're going to, maybe I'll show a little bit of cheek at the bottom there. Just a little, just a hint. Right, and then the tail is behind the hair. Like so. Just give me a second here. I gotta focus. Let me see. This one's higher up, so it's like that. All right. Okay, so I kind of like sketched it out. So we'll undo this and then we'll zoom out, and there she is from behind. Not hard because the hair. My drawing style is terrible. I have to use sketch lines to make every contour and try to clean it up digitally afterwards. You gotta let yourself be sloppy. My lines are always really sketchy and sloppy too. It's okay. Like, I've seen a lot of professionals that do amazing artwork that they start off with very scratchy lines. So, they want to become thoughts. My waifus. Thoughts started a war against waifus. The opinions of thoughts don't matter. That's why we call them thoughts and not people. 3D PD is proven to be very much a thing. Not really sure what that means. Anytime I draw anything by hand, it looks like scribbles. Yeah, you just gotta let it layer. Like, just keep doing it, and I personally, anyway, that's what I believe. Let it layer, and it'll look good. One of the things that's good about doing this other angle is sometimes it reveals errors in the original drawing. So what I could do, in theory, is draw, like, the body on the inside, like it's transparent. But I think Luga would rather I just drew the hair. So the tail's gonna go, like, stop right here or something like that. It just kind of comes. And I only drew it coming out the side because we needed to see it, right? So, from the other angle. So there's the dog girl from the back. So I'll go ahead and... I'll go ahead and lower the opacity on this one now. And we'll do a refined line on top. I'll use the... I don't know if I used a pen for the original or not. Let me see. It looks like a pen tool. I think it was. So we'll switch to a pen tool and do that. Oop. Is this for a waifu pillow? I don't think so. I think Luga's doing a character turnaround is what she wants. Her from the side too. Besides, I don't know that a waifu pillow should pose like that. Usually it's like arms up in the air, submissive, open, vulnerable. You know, a worried face. I don't know why, but usually that's what it is. 2D is greater than 3D. Harvey, actually fictional people greater than real people, to be fair. Sometimes I wonder. So I watched have any of you guys ever seen the movie Hail Caesar? It's a Coen Brothers movie. I watched Hail Caesar yesterday. It was pretty fun. I would buy a waifu pillow with your art on it. I don't know how profitable it is. But I thought about making a waifu pillow a Bombshell. Or Pantheon. But I don't know how good of a business idea that is, so. Like, you know, there are people who just put the shit out there, like the mouse pads and whatnot. But if I'm not going to make any money on it, I don't want to do that. I think a Bombshell mousepad would be the shit, though. Let's see. They don't. No, they don't, he says. I don't know what you're talking about. I think it's Luga's image of a perfect woman, the woman she wants to be. I have no issue talking about her behind her back. I don't know why anyone would want to come home to worry face when content face is best. Sometimes worry face turns into content face. You just gotta work on it. Okay. There's the shirt and it's a little cheek. I was saying that thought lives do not matter. I'd like to eventually have a PC for gaming and a PC for arting. I don't use my PC for gaming at all. One of the reasons why I game on consoles, aside from like, you know, it's just like a preference. Like I prefer it because my wife and I can play games together. Like couch co-op stuff. Is also because I think that if I turn my gaming, I've done this before when I was younger. If I turn my PC into a gaming PC, I'd probably like, I need to treat the gaming hobby as secondary. It's very easy to like fall into the trap of, you know, just like gaming all the time, and I don't want to do that. I want to use this for work. I try to, I guess, think of it like I want making art the same. I want this to be like, I'm not sure if I can explain this correctly, but I want to, I want making art to be the same as gaming. Like to like essentially have that same, tick that same box, as it were. This isn't gonna work. I'm gonna have to like draw the whole foot. You know what I mean? Scratches the same itch. So getting good at using art program has the same satisfaction that like beating a boss on a video game does. And I think that I have actually been doing that. I mean, I play video games still, but not nearly as often as I used to. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I just enjoy doing this. You know, kind of going to, and I don't necessarily agree with this per se, but it kind of goes to the thing that Warren Farrell says. You know, if you're winning at games, then you might not be winning at life because you're like busy winning at games. It's like a distraction. I think to a degree that's right. I don't think that video games are like necessarily unhealthy on their own. I think that, you know, people who are addicted to gaming, they're going to be addicted to something. It's like, you know, I'd rather that than fucking drugs or alcohol, you know. But I do think that it's still something that needs to be addressed at some point. All right. So here is Sturdy Dog Girl from the rear. Move it down a little bit. And I'll make the canvas a little bit bigger, and then I got to draw her from the side, but I think I'll change the pose because I won't be able to, where the hell is it? Change canvas size. There we go. There we go. Well, shit. All right, cool. 12:54, and I got that much done. So I forgot what I was saying. I'm gonna just talk to you guys and wrap up. So let me get a coffee. I'll be right back. But this is where we're at. Save. Okay. So let's see. I should go back and see that if I missed any comments or anything. Having a dedicated rig for creative stuff will be useful. Yeah, that's what this machine is. I mean, it's not only for art. It's obviously I use it for the shows, It would be great if I had one computer that was just for art. That's it. Like I just had, you know, it was just aimed in that direction. But this is a really good machine, so I'm not going to complain. I mean, yes, I've had my problems with it, but I don't think it's the machine. It was mostly software issues and driver issues, which I think you're going to get no matter how good your computer is. But, yeah, I think that you're trying to get into a flow state with art like you have with video games. Yes, that's right. I want to, look, if I'm going to be, like, spending a lot of time, you know, engaging with something, I guess, electronic, as much as I'd like it to be video games, this is the thing. I need to get into art. I need to get back on that, and I need to stay focused on it, and I need to, like, make that as, get as good as I can, and stay on target, and try to make this book successful for a number of reasons. One, I care a lot about the comic book industry. I grew up with it. I care a lot about the arts, and I hate the fact that SJWs they have destroyed the arts. Like, it's like there is very little left, and they haven't stopped because, you know, they don't think that that's what they're doing, but they are, you know, they're destroying the arts, and it's killing people's it's killing our faith in them, our interest in them in general, right? And in addition, I want to be able to do the thing that I've always wanted, like as a job. This is something that I wanted. And I'm not going to let them essentially, you know, dictate what is and what isn't the arts. Like, this is like, you know, I have to stop this. But I also want to make this my job. And I live in the hood right now. I live in this little shitty apartment, and I'm just barely getting by, you know, between my wife and I. I mean, we're not, it's not like I'm destitute, but I'm not thriving. I'm only surviving. And I know that I can do better, so I need to, like, you know, we could be doing better lifestyle-wise. I want to move out of Chicago. I want to go maybe to a suburb, you know, and the only way that that's going to change is if I, like, you know, make this happen. At first, I was focused, and I still am. I was focused on Honey Badger Radio. I wanted to make it as great a channel as I possibly could. And I received a really great compliment from somebody that was on Prince of Queens stream with me yesterday, saying that the quality of the shows have improved a lot since Honey Badger Radio started back in the day, you know, when it started its own channel. And I'm glad about that, but the channel hasn't grown. And so I'm not, and I mean, I've been getting paid the same amount that I was getting paid when I was working part-time. Well, not part-time, but when I was working a part-time job and going to school, and I was doing Honey Badger Radio on the side, I'm still making, like, about as much as I was making when I was working a regular job. And but that wasn't a job that allowed me for growth. That's why I took it, because I needed money. And I'm getting it, but, like, it's not, you know, it's not enough growth. I need growth, so I have to, like, build my own shit. So this is what I'm trying to do, and this is why I do the art streams, because I'm trying to put money away. I have to do immigration stuff with Lindsay. We gotta, like, get this more green card shit finished, and that's gonna cost us some money. And that's little. That's nothing, you know. We also have to look at getting out of here, you know. I mean, I want to live in I don't need a lot of money, but I don't want to live in the ghetto, which is where I am now. I just don't want to be here. So anyway, so yeah, I'm trying to make HBR better so we can get more subs, hopefully get more support. Maybe I can make some more money, but I also think it's important to make the channel better. So I'm going to try and add a call-in show to it so that people can call in and talk about whatever they want. I'm going to also keep making my art streams, and I'm going to keep working on Bombshell, and I'm going to keep working on Englewood, and I'm going to be working on the ICMI. So I've got my hands full, but I'm doing this for my family, my wife, JoJo, myself, And I'm doing this for men's rights because I care a lot about those issues, and I think they're very important. And I realize that this is like literally a David and Goliath situation, but it's the only. I don't have anything else to do. Once you're red pilled, it's really hard to go back to a regular life. It's really hard. So anyway, with that said, I'm done whinging about, you know, shit in my life. I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks guys for coming on. Mr. 0303 says make HBR great again. Yeah, hopefully. I'm gonna keep working on that. Great Smithanon says, I live in my city's version of Chinatown. It's pretty much Chinatown and everything but visual aesthetics, surrounded by car dealerships and Asian restaurants. You know what? I could live in a place like that. I'd be okay with that. Let us build our own art community with blackjack and drawn hookers. Zuranx, if you're able to work without having to work a regular job, maybe consider moving to a different location that's easier on the wallet. Forget a suburb. Well, in a way, the suburbs are cheaper than the city, though, in Chicago. And while I wouldn't mind picking up and leaving, it's just, are you coming back to Puerto Rico? Hell no. Keep in mind the possibility of having to work a regular job, but keep in mind that you're able to work without a 9-to-5. Well, I mean, but I basically do work a 9-to-5 at Honey Badger Radio. It's not like I'm not, you know, when I'm not doing a show, it doesn't mean I'm not doing anything. This is how a man should be, Brian. Take back your future and push forward to the future. Well, thank you, Shaman King. Move to California and play your victim cards. Ugh. No. I'm good. You know, that place is like, it may not get sunk by an earthquake, but it may just sink itself economically. And in illegals. So they're gonna have their hands full. They're gonna have some problems. Alright, well anyway, I'm gonna go because it's 1:03, so thanks guys for coming on the show. Leave me a like if you could, and also give this video a comment in the low bar, and also subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I hope you guys enjoyed this Monday art stream, and yeah, I hope that I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll see you later on with the fireside chat. Have a good day, everybody.